Yeah.
That's got to be how the episode starts now.
Yeah. If you were recording for that, I don't know. But did I tell you guys, I'm a dad. I'm a husband. You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it? Welcome to the Sunday Movie Marathon.
What on earth was that?
I'm the bug-eyed guy from M.
Oh, is that what he says?
No.
Oh, okay, that's fine then.
No.
I thought that was like verbatim dialogue. I was like, that's very ahead of its time.
What I should have said was, I'm Justin Bieber.
Ah, okay.
He said that. Yeah, that would have been really ahead of his time, of M's time. Have you seen that video? Wait, you didn't introduce yourselves. I'm just talking.
I'm Chris.
I'm Kai.
I'm M. Max. You not seen that video of it's like a really weird one. Where Justin Bieber is like being harassed by the paparazzi and or like a journalist or something, and he's just like getting in his face with his camera, and he's just standing there like really not having a good time of it and trying to tell him to leave. So I do like sympathize with the guy on that front, but then he just says this weird shit, and I'm just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, isn't he like in the midst of a mental breakdown?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Could be.
Do you know the guy Isaac HP?
No.
He's like he's from Brighton, and he's like do you know that video? It's like, I'm not a driller. People say I'm a driller, but I'm not a driller.
No,
have you seen that video? Oh, okay.
No, what's that?
Well, this is a rubbish story then, because neither of you guys have any context for this. But
who knows?
Justin Bieber posted him 3 times in a week on his Instagram story, and that's how you know he is having a bad time.
Mm-hmm. This is the same with people who like you see watching the same movie over and over again.
Yes, exactly.
It's like a weird one.
It's my comfort film.
Yeah.
No, you're just depressed.
I needed to watch Fantastic Four First Steps 5 times in the cinema in 1 week.
Yeah.
It's my comfort 60s homage.
Yeah.
1 month down the toilet, lads. How we been?
Not good. Nah, I've been alright. I can't complain.
Recovering from Morbius.
Yeah, just about.
Was that the last one we did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that seems like ages ago.
Yeah. It was really sunny. It was nice weather. We'd had a beach day
yeah, no, I remember.
And it's been shit ever since.
It never got better than that night.
Literally. Weather's been awful.
We're done.
The world's been awful.
World's been awful.
It actually has been as well. Free
More
speech
awful.
is no longer a thing.
No. Should we stop?
Yeah.
We don't say anything that controversial.
That was a joke about the free speech thing, by the way. I don't believe that. Just want to clear that up.
You believe that we've never had free speech to begin with?
I'm not a right-wing grifter is what I want to make clear.
Not yet.
I'm not one of Farage's
Just you wait
gang.
until this podcast unfurls. Just let's see how it goes for the next 2 hours. Yeah, we watched Eddington. That was the new one from Ari Aster. That only got like a week in the cinema, and they said it's too woke. You can't see it anymore. Yeah. You can't watch it because it's too woke.
It's too political. We just can't have it in our family-friendly cinema.
Can't remind people of COVID.
That is true, actually. Genuinely, I think that probably played a part in, like, I don't know what the box office numbers are. I'm assuming they weren't great.
No.
But I think COVID being a central theme of that film definitely hurt it. Because, like, no one wants to be reminded of that period of life.
But so many movies are, I feel like, capitalizing on that period.
But they don't acknowledge it. There's so many films that come out sort of around that time. Succession didn't acknowledge it. There's so many pieces of media that just don't acknowledge COVID.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I get it. But that's what he wanted to say.
I want to see COVID in a Marvel film. I want to see what the superheroes did during COVID.
Oh, right. I thought you meant as like an entity.
Peter Parker obviously just sat in his room and wanked furiously for months on end because he's a teenager.
Yeah, that's what he was doing anyway.
I want to see what Thanos was doing, man.
Fucking about on other planets where COVID wasn't a thing.
Was he dead before or after COVID? I can't remember.
Was he? I don't know. They fucked it. That was way after. Okay. Yeah, because they skipped like 20 years or something.
Okay, so they all lived through COVID. Then fine, I'll take it all back.
No, they didn't all live through COVID. Most of them were dead before COVID was even a thing. Is it? All right, Marvel theory. Did COVID even happen in the Marvel universe? with half the people in the planet gone over the course of 2020.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah, because that would have reduced the population even further, you know?
I'm going to pivot now to be a Marvel theory podcast.
I've not seen a Marvel film since Iron Man 3.
Yeah, me too. And that's only because I watched it the other day.
Oh, okay, fair enough. No, I watched it in the cinema. I never saw another Marvel film again.
It's worse than I remembered. But
yeah, I don't remember much about it. I remember Ben Kingsley was like a funny Scouse man when he was like meant to be the main villain of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Meant to be. Should we get back to Eddington?
Yeah, I was going to say we've gone off. I've directed us.
We're
going to
do this a lot in this episode. We just talk about Marvel movies instead of whatever bullshit we were forced to watch.
I'll make it clear up front, I'm a bit inebriated as well. I've
couple pints down, yeah.
Yeah, I've had a couple of pints. Far. I've got a bottle of, what's this, Peroni.
Well, you're the one who liked the movie the most. I mean, it's like a couple of weeks ago now. It feels like a long time. We should have recorded this earlier, but now I don't really remember all that much about it. But I do remember liking it a lot.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was sick.
Yeah. It took a while for me to get into it, I feel. I didn't really know where it was going or like the messages that it was trying to show me. But by the end, when he's all fucked up, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like this.
I keep asking this every week. Do we just do spoilers for every film we watch?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Whatever.
That's fine. Yeah. Eddington, man. Crazy time. And even more crazy that we watched it. I was saying this before we started recording. We watched this literally like the day before Charlie Kirk got shot. So it's kind of crazy how like pertinent it
You think we made it happen?
Yeah. Well, maybe. No, let's not go on record and say that we made that happen, actually.
There was one guy who did say that, and he was like stood right next to him, and they arrested him.
Yeah, exactly.
Then they found child porn on his phone.
Oh, good.
A lot of that happens in this movie as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but I really loved it. I thought it was great. Do we want to give like a little plot synopsis?
Go for it.
So it's basically about a I can't say that word. Mayoral, yes, campaign in a town called Eddington in New Mexico. And there's one like police sheriff who is like a no mask, anti-vax guy.
Yeah.
And he will refuse to put his mask on in the supermarket. But other than that, he's actually a pretty sound guy. Mm-hmm. And then there's a mayor who is like the worst type of American Democrat who is like, I'm for the people, but really he's just for big business and he just hates the normal working man.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a battle between those guys during the midst of COVID. And yeah, I thought it was really great. And you've got a lot of the Black Lives Matter stuff that sort of popped off around that time as well in the film.
It did, yeah.
And there's like a few teenagers who like this girl is pro Black Lives Matter. So these two teenagers decide that because they fancy her, they're going to be Black Lives Matter guys. And it's kind of, yeah, I mean, it's just a crazy, I feel like it perfectly encapsulates 2020 onwards because let's be honest, 2020 onwards has been like a crazy utopia that we've all been living through.
Yeah.
And this just fully just gets it and puts it in a
utopia,
bottle,
is it?
and it just chucks your fucking shit up on the screen just for you to look at, and you're just like, Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, it started getting under my skin, really.
Yeah.
If you live online, you feel the bubble of people who are online, terminally online, and just having to deal with these people in real life. 9 times out of 10, I don't. But having it like in your face in a movie, it made me really, either I was wrestling with the fact that I really disliked it, or I thought it was genius, and I sort of pivoted more after the halfway mark where I found a groove with it that I thought it was quite genius. This was definitely the funniest movie that Ari Aster's made so far. I think with that, trying to capture the zeitgeist of like the times we're living in, but also the times of like 2020. You do have to be a bit comic with it because it's so over the top. Just if you go online, you see people. I can't take it. I'm not on like X or whatever, or like TikTok, but I see what people are doing there, and I just don't. It's crazy. It's like living in a barnyard with animals. It's fucking mental. These people, they're crazy, and especially in America, I feel myself disconnected more and more with America the more I see from that country. They're going to have a civil war soon.
Oh, mate, I feel like, it's crazy out there. Obviously, with the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing that just happened as well.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even make a joke about Charlie Kirk being shot, but that's how they've portrayed it, and that's why he's been taken off air.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's like free speech is just dying in America.
Yeah. If you care at all about like comedians and like the right to say what you would like to say in a country that's supposedly all about that, with their own president being the progenitor of, if that's the word, Truth Social, get the truth out there, to have such thin skin as to when people are, openly saying their own thoughts about the sort of things that he's doing or the sort of things that are happening in that country, boggles the mind. I just can't relate to it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we're like better. I think we're like the same.
Yeah.
But on a different level.
Yeah.
It's very strange to be living through it.
Yeah. But I thought like they just captured the sort of, it's like the silly culture war stuff that is just prevalent in society today.
Exacerbated by the internet.
Literally. And Ari Aster just captured it perfectly for me. And it was really, really, I loved it. I thought it was great. And I was reading a lot of reviews afterwards and people are like, oh, it's just boring centrist bollocks. But I was like, I don't get that viewpoint at all, really. I think it's definitely got something to say. Although it does give you, it kind of, you have sympathy for a lot of the characters, even though you may not necessarily agree with their viewpoints,
Yeah, I like all of them. I think they're all very human.
Yeah. I didn't like Pedro Pascal's character.
No, I got where he was, I understood him.
He was just a career politician. And but like the film starts and you don't like Joaquin Phoenix's character because no one likes those anti-mask dickheads. And he's one of them essentially. But the more you learn about him, the more you sympathise with him and you get where he's coming from. And
it's layered.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's not what I expected from an Ari Aster film.
No.
I feel like he has taken like a hard turn into like a political sphere and he kind of smashed it first go round.
Possible.
I feel like he's just trying to make like very elevated comedies now.
Yeah. Well, Beau is Afraid was so fucking weird.
Yeah.
That was very funny. Although it was also like living through a nightmare. This is also like living through a nightmare, except it's a lot closer to home, I like these like bit part characters, or like the people who just sort of show up in the background, or like that Joaquin Phoenix has to deal with as the cop. Like those guys at like the Black Lives Matter rallies or whatever, they just like stand out in the road of this like desolate town where no one's really doing all that much of anything. And they're like, we're protesting because Black Lives Matter. It's like, okay, why here? And like, why not like go to rallies where the rallies are actually happening and being coordinated by people who know what they're doing? I like the idea of these like white guys sort of taking the stand and being like, we're for Black Lives Matter. And I'm like, well, I think it was interesting to sort of wonder, like, it's good that they're up there saying this stuff, because obviously you need more white people to be championing Black Lives Matter as a cause. But also, like, it gets in my head a bit where I'm like, well, I feel a lot of people would be like, well, why were they up there? Why are they the ones who are the leaders and not, black people? So it's a fun movie to sort of ponder over, I think, but it does get to sort of the idea of people maybe like virtue signaling on the internet and at these rallies, just trying to like, there's a line to toe between like doing the right thing or being seen to be doing the right thing. Yeah,
I think, you're spot on with the virtue signaling thing, because there's two teenage friends and they're both sort of interested in one girl. And towards the end of the film, there's a big shootout, and Joaquin Phoenix's character, he gets shot accidentally, doesn't he?
Yeah.
By the kid who is like, he was Black Lives Matter, but then his friend stitched him up, so he was no longer that, and he was out trying to like kill Black Lives Matter protesters. And it's like, he had no real viewpoint. He was just capitalizing on what he thought was like the biggest thing at that time. And he, quote unquote, saves the sheriff. he kills the sheriff's attackers, but also he accidentally shot him and made him like a vegetable, you know. And like, there's this clip of him going, like, after the film's finished on his Instagram, like, "What's up, guys? It's me." And he's like a social media influencer, like a right-wing grifter, like a Charlie Kirk type that we see. And it's just like, Jesus Christ, this is what like life is now.
Yeah.
Just everyone's a grifter. Everyone's out for their own benefit. I feel like I'm getting too political here.
Well, it's a politically charged movie.
It is.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like, there's like a seriousness that I'm not able to get from maybe certain ideas that people want to attribute these days, or like on the news, on Instagram. I really don't trust anyone on Instagram. Anybody who's on social media as an influencer.
Because they're all out for their own benefit.
That, and it feels disingenuous, and it feels like silly.
Yeah.
It feels really silly to like look on my little like book in my pocket and go, look at all these horrible things that are happening. Well, I could just as easily throw it out the window and it's gone forever and I don't have to deal with it. So it's like, you know, where's the line between understanding what's going on and not understanding what's going on? How do you pass that, you know? Because you could speak to a lot of people and they go, well, I didn't know any of this was happening because I'm not on social media.
Yeah.
A lot of these, and the only reason I think we're able to see it so openly, really in like the last month, is because it's getting so prevalent, it's getting so heated, especially in this country, or at least with all these flags that are going up everywhere.
Don't get me started on the flags, man.
But it's like seeping into real life, and I just can't take a lot of it seriously when I know that there's a big chunk of it that I really should be taking seriously, and then you need to seek out more information to inform yourself in the right ways, instead of, you know, scrolling through Instagram, looking at what influencers are saying, and then calling yourself informed.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's It's a good movie for that. Those sorts of discussions, I think. I don't know if we were I was pretty blitzed when we were watching the movie, to be honest.
I think we all were.
I don't really remember all that much about what we were talking about.
No.
I don't really remember all that much about the movie, to be completely honest.
No, I mean, I'd like to watch it again at some point. I don't think it'll get a release. I think they've sworn off making releases for this guy's movies.
Yeah, Beau is Afraid never got a physical release.
Really upsetting. No, it didn't.
What are we doing, man?
Yeah.
Why don't we do physical releases for anything anymore?
You have to import them all from like Germany.
Yeah.
Fucking
sounds insane.
That's like
when
a really big like physical media.
Yeah.
Like, when we're just like talking about it and you're listening to it on a podcast, you're like, oh yeah, physical media, whatever. But like, we're just sat here around like walls and walls of physical media right now. Just so many movies are around us. And we all collect physical media in some form, be it, you know, movies and music and TV. So it's something that I think we all care about a lot.
And it's like, physical media is great because you own that. You own that forever. Whereas you buy shit online, Amazon do it all the time. You'll buy a film on Amazon. Oh, we no longer have the rights to show that film. So
they take
this
it from
thing
you.
that you've purchased, you can no longer watch.
You get a refund?
No.
Well,
So I bought that. I should own that.
You should.
Oh no, but we can't. We can't let you own that anymore. The rights. Oh, fuck off, Jeff Bezos, you bold prick.
Fuck off, Jeff, and fuck off, you fucking minimalists. You stupid. I don't like you. You think you're better than me because you don't own anything? Well, sorry.
Yeah. What are you going to do when the internet crumbles one day and there's no more internet? What are you going to watch then, guys?
Not so minimalist now when you'll be digging in the dirt for your next meal.
And then
I've found a shattered shard of a DVD of Happy Gilmore in the rubble. Thank you, Jeff.
They'll all come running to us, and we'll be like, no, actually, no.
I don't have the space.
Physical media.
Yeah, I don't have enough room for more than 3 people in this room. Get out. Yeah, they'll come running.
Yeah. This could be a mess of a podcast because
it's going somewhere.
Even this beer's hitting me, man.
It's hitting you. Should we rate Eddington then?
Yeah. What are we rating it out of?
Fuck yeah, that's what we do, innit?
Buffaloes.
Buffalo.
Because they're on the poster.
Sure they were. Yeah. Oh, I liked his car that he's pasted with like a load of stickers, and some of those stickers were spelt wrong.
It made me laugh because I didn't even spot that until you pointed it out, and I was like, "That's so funny."
Good stuff. Yeah, Buffaloes. I liked it. I think I'd solidify a rating or like a feeling on a different go round of it. Give me the Blu-ray, man. It's not gonna get a Blu-ray. It barely got a cinema release. I'm gonna give it 8 Buffaloes out of 10 for now.
Yeah, I liked it. I remember kind of when we were watching it, I wasn't really sure how to feel about it for pretty much the whole movie. I'm still not really 100% sure how I feel about it. So I think I'd give it 7 Buffaloes for now, but who knows, on a rewatch may like it or dislike it more.
Could do.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's like one of those. I still don't know fully how to feel about it, but I think I said as we were watching, I think I started off with, this is the best film of the 2020s. Then I think I downgraded that to, this is the film of the 2020s because it just like perfectly encapsulated the 2020s so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would give it probably 8.5 Buffaloes out of 10 at the moment. But
going for a half.
That's good. I like that.
Man. Because I liked it. I didn't quite like it enough to give it a 9. But it was like better than an 8, you know?
Yeah.
And I think on a rewatch it'd go up to a 9, but I'd like to rewatch it sober and yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I liked how we watched it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Definitely.
Cool. So, you got something to tell us, Chris? You picked a marathon for us.
I did that.
Fucking hell, that's why we're here. That's the whole reason for this recording.
Yeah. Chris was just about to drop the deepest, darkest secret he's holding.
It was me.
I am O.J.
I was
Simpson.
on the roof.
No.
So, we watched some movies. I went for a pretty upbeat theme of talking about serial killer movies.
Yeah. Every white girl's dream.
Yeah, we were rolling about the whole movies, crying with laughter as you do with serial killers.
Hell yeah.
So we watched 3 movies from 3 different decades and 3 different countries. I thought it would be interesting to see how that went. So we started with M by Fritz Lang. We did The Night of the Hunter by Charles Lawton.
Yes.
And Cure by something Kurosawa. I forgot his first name.
Yes, in Japanese.
Kiyoshi,
yeah.
So we started off with M, a 1931 movie by Fritz Lang. It's kind of just a film about, there's a serial killer going around this town. It's all about sort of the investigation, the police trying to catch this serial killer, and also kind of like the public upcry and stuff about it. Everyone going crazy, trying to take it into their own hands.
This guy's on the loose and we gotta get him.
Yeah.
And take him off the loose. Yeah, we've all seen it before.
Yeah.
We think it's a masterpiece.
Yeah, I remember really liking it the first time.
Yeah, me too. I gave it a glowing review. This was a good movie because I understood it and it came out in the 30s and it was black and white and German and that's why it's good.
Yeah.
So we watched it again. Shocker. Movies from the 30s suck dong.
No, that's not true. The Wizard of Oz came out in the 30s.
Yeah, the fucking tail end, mate. Come on. Maybe another good 30s movie. You can't, exactly.
Yeah, I'd have to think about it.
Don't even know.
To be fair, I've not seen many films from the 30s, I can't lie.
Dracula.
Fucking hell.
The Universal Monster.
Yeah.
That came out in the 30s.
Yeah,
and
31.
Frankenstein.
And Frankenstein.
All right, well, this wasn't that good. It's one that I remembered being like it had something to it, but when it came round to it, all it really comes down to is just watching a bunch of old men talk about how they're going to get a serial killer, and without really doing all that much to stop him. Just don't. There's a way to do like procedural detective stuff, but it's like nobody's detecting fucking anything in this movie. They just sat around tables going, "This guy's a menace. This guy's a nuisance. We got to get him off the streets." And I'm like, yeah, we probably should.
What I will say, I was bored watching this film, but what I will say is that I can appreciate what it did for, like you say, procedural detective films that came after, because this is like the blueprint essentially. and it's just been improved upon and improved upon and improved upon.
You got to start with something not that great.
Exactly, and you get to something like Zodiac, and you're like, this is the best. This is how we should do it. But obviously, this is
so that Zodiac could run.
Exactly that. Standing on the shoulders of giants.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I think this is definitely a movie I respect and like appreciate more than I actually enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
I think sort of as a movie watching experience, it's hard to watch it now without thinking about all the other movies that have kind of done this sort of thing better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's just a lot of it is quite silent. There's not a lot to get invested in terms of like the mise en scène. All that I didn't feel that way at all. Really, there were a couple of shots I really liked. There's like a brick blown up shot of like a fingerprint that was really good. I liked the character of the serial killer. I thought he did a very good job with the acting and the body language.
Yeah,
his big bug eyes were crazy.
Yeah. What's that guy's name? He's a fantastic actor. He was in a couple of Hitchcock films as well.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
He's really great. Everything I see him in, he's the best part of that.
Peter Lorre.
Yes. Yeah, he's
like him a lot.
Yeah, he is great. I think like for me the best part of the movie is like at the end where he basically just gets like cornered by all the town people and he like has this like huge monologue where he just like freaks out.
Yeah.
I think that scene is like genuinely really, really great.
That's like like a kangaroo court type thing, isn't it? It's not like an official court. It's like the citizens of that town have just taken him into this like dungeon.
Yeah.
And they're like, right, this is your trial. And he just has no lawyer and he's defending himself and he just loses his mind. And it's really, really intense and great.
I dare say it's the only scene in the movie worth watching.
Yeah.
No, I would disagree with that.
Really?
Yeah, I think I don't know when sound came into film, like, I don't know what year exactly, but this seems like one of those films that is like one of the very first films with sound. And the way they use sound throughout, I think, is really good for that era.
Because but conversely, the way that they didn't use sound made you want to blow your brains out.
There was a lot of prolonged silence, but I think when the sound happens, it's like, okay, this Fritz Lang gets it. He's like showing what you can do with sound in film.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that.
And it's because they've got the whole whistling thing, like he's a serial killer, he whistles throughout. And that's like his calling card, I guess. And every time you hear that, it is a bit chilling. It's like, oh God, there's some kid's going to get murdered. Because that's the other thing. He's not just a killer of adults. He's a serial killer of children. He kills children. That's his thing. So he gets off on the sick fuck.
Yeah, that didn't really do it for me. I'll be real.
That's fair.
I don't think I really am all that invested in the story. I can only really appreciate it for what it meant for cinema at the time, and like as we say, it was the blueprint for so many movies we love these days. But the story itself, I really wasn't all that invested in at all.
No.
Yeah, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, there's not a huge plot really, is there? It's kind of more of a vibes film where it's like there's a serial killer, this town are trying to track him down. I forget how the M comes about. It's like a chalked M that gets slapped on his back, and that's how they mark him.
Mark like a potential suspect, I think.
But I forget how that comes about now.
They just chalk him.
Yeah.
They chalk him up.
But why him? How did they know it was him?
Because he was
hanging out with a kid.
Yeah, he was talking to a kid.
With the balloon.
Yeah.
I remember now. Yeah, the creepy balloon.
And then as soon as somebody goes, you there?
Oh, okay.
You there with the kid? He just fucking bolts immediately.
Yeah.
He's not like, yeah, hi, how's it going? No, he just like fucking runs. They're like, it's probably him. He's not subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a miracle he's gotten away with it for so long.
Yeah.
Well, going back to that last scene, I did like his performance a lot, and I thought that it was quite subversive, especially for the time, to be this guy who we're talking about, like mental health and the ability for people with certain conditions or whatever to not be able to help themselves do what they do. We're talking about like the mentally insane, and I felt like although they were all really, really against him, there was a point I think the film was trying to make you empathize with him a little bit, to be like, well, this guy is, he's not the greatest guy in the world. He's doing terrible things, but there is a point where you think, well, maybe he just can't help it.
Yeah.
And these are people that we need to reach out to and help instead of condemn all that harshly. They don't need to go to jail. They need to go to like an institution.
Definitely. It's like the kangaroo court thing. It's like he didn't get a fair trial. Not that I think he should have got a fair trial. But like you say, it's like, if that's his nature, he needs help. If it's his nature and his thing is I'm killing children, he needs help mentally, not shoved down in a basement, battered, bruised in a kangaroo court, you know? So I think Fritz Lang does a really good job of kind of juggling empathy versus like horror, you know?
It's a court of public opinion. It all loops back to, you know, Eddington in the end. Where you don't even need to be like found guilty to be guilty.
Yeah. This guy definitely was guilty.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. He was fucked. He was fucked up.
Something I did kind of like about the movie is kind of how it focuses so much on like how the public are reacting to it, like sort of the public mania. Because like I feel like most movies like this, they kind of more focus on like the procedural angle of it, like how the police are trying to deal with it. So it's interesting to see how it's affecting everyone around it. I just kind of wish maybe that was more of the focus than the procedural stuff, because that stuff does drag on.
I would agree 100%, because the procedural stuff for me was the most boring stuff in the film, whereas like you say, when it's focusing on characters in the town who are dealing with children dying, that's like the most interesting stuff, you know? So yeah, I agree. I think that was when it was at its best.
Yeah, definitely.
I was nodding off a bit, but it was like, there's like a certain, I do think that in maybe the hands of somebody else in like a different time zone, that it would have been like a really great movie. And I did enjoy, as we were saying, like the uses of sound. There was a lot of just like people speaking or like doing things like drawing like circles with a compass on the on like maps and stuff to map out where he could be, that I found to be very relaxing in this movie about a guy who kills children. I don't know if that was particularly intentional. I think a lot of it was not, just because of how they were trying to wrap their heads around getting sound into a movie at that point. But I guess it was like an unintentional sort of like weirdly ASMR type thing where I was just like, this is nice. Very strange to feel that about a movie like this.
Yeah. Have you guys seen what Fritz Lang looks like? Bit off topic, but
like a skeleton?
No, he is the coolest looking guy. He's got like an eye patch. He just looks sick, man.
Fritz Lang.
Yeah, honestly, he looks unbelievable. But I would highly recommend like just reading up on like his life story, because it's insane.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like obviously he was about
Looks like Dr. Strangelove.
Yes. So he was like around when sort of like the Nazis were coming to power, and basically the Nazis just wanted sort of pro-German films at the time, and he was not on board with that. So he like fled the country, was blacklisted, like had to make films in wherever he could get money, essentially. It's just, it's a really cool story. And he's like a pioneer of cinema. Like, like Metropolis.
Yeah.
He's sick. I need to watch more of his stuff, to be fair, because he's...
Yeah, me too. I did like Metropolis when I saw it.
Yeah. And...
Yeah, M's the only one I've seen so far.
Yeah. But there's like... I think M's frustrating because there's so many high points, but just a lot of it is very dull and boring.
Yeah.
And I wish it reach those highs a bit more often, you know?
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah, I respect it a lot, but I don't think it's aged well at all.
No.
We got to thank it for what it's done for us, I suppose. Pretty good.
Yeah.
It was fine, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about it. It's going to be a really quick entry, but not really much to say, I don't think.
No, not really.
I thought this would be one that would get like a really interesting discussion until like 10 minutes in, and I was like, okay,
God, oh no,
this is gonna just be like this the whole movie.
You apologised to us, didn't you? For some reason. You're like, oh, sorry guys, fuck. Afterwards, you're like, I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah,
I mean, sorry about it.
Yeah, no, because it was like it is a good film. It's a good film. Like if you take it within the context of the time it was made, It's one
I'm
of the
not.
best
Yeah,
films
I don't know,
ever.
but I'm not though.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, in
Yeah, I think for
2025.
its time, it was probably amazing.
I
but
think Alex Cox, the director, said it best when he was like, when you watch a film, you need to think about the context within which it was made.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it helps me appreciate films a lot more.
yeah, of
Sure.
course. Yeah, I was definitely like appreciating what I was doing just as a film watching
No,
experience.
it's not particularly engrossing.
No.
Oh well, should we rate this?
Yeah.
We're right now.
Balloons.
Balloons.
This is that really fucking terrifying balloon.
Yeah.
It's like a human.
The creepy human
Oh
balloon.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what was going on with that, but that was like the scariest thing in the film.
Man,
It looked like a condom with a face on. It was horrible.
what was in the sauce in Germany in the 30s?
Mm.
Crazy.
Nazis.
Cool.
Well, it was. They were. That's when they rose to power.
I thought it was fine. You know, just not really my sort of thing. I'm glad I watched it again, but I never will ever again. You know, because you just don't really get all that much from it. I give it a sort of 5 balloons out of 10.
Yeah, I think I kind of feel the same. It was definitely a shame it didn't hold up. Because I did really enjoy it the first time I watched it, but this time I kind of came away appreciating a lot about it, respecting it for what it did to cinema, but not really getting much out of it apart from that. I give it like 6 balloons out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'd go 7 balloons out of 10.
No.
Yeah, just because I can like
Very
appreciate sort of what it did
Yeah.
for cinema, you know?
Nice mix of ratings there.
Yeah.
It was good solid flow.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the next movie, I picked one that I'm the only one who had seen before. Charles Lawton's one and only movie that he directed anyway.
Fucking
The
hell,
Night of
really?
the Hunter from 1955.
Well,
I think he was like an actor, and this is like the one film he directed.
that's mad.
Yeah, I know.
That's absolutely nuts.
So it's set in like in America in like the Depression era. It's about this guy. He gets arrested for robbing someplace. He hides the money he stole inside this doll for his children, then gets the death penalty. But one of his cellmates finds out about this and worms his way into the household, marries his widow, tries to steal the money.
The old American way.
Yeah.
Classic America. There's more people are doing it than you realise, even today. They're doing it all
Yeah.
over the shop.
Gotta respect the grind.
The grind set.
It's a lot of effort.
Yeah. Americans get married so fast. you
Yeah.
know? What a backwards country.
Yeah. He literally meets her and he's like, yeah, so we're getting married.
We're getting married, doll. You know what I mean? She's like,
That was the 40s.
Yeah.
You couldn't be a single woman.
well, Matt, I guess I will, sir. Terrible mindset.
And I guess he's a preacher, so he's like a respectable man.
Yeah.
Or
Mhm.
he's posing as a preacher.
Mm.
So they think, oh, what a respectable guy. I'll marry this guy.
He knew a couple of lines.
Yeah.
A couple of lines from the Word of God.
He had some riz.
He had some riz. He had finger tattoos,
Yeah.
knuckle tattoos.
Love and hate.
What a poetic way in which he described how love won over hate, and
Yeah.
every person he meets, he tries to tell the story of love winning over hate,
Mhm.
Mm.
and everyone's like, okay,
Yeah.
great.
And then Spike Lee copied it for Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, made it worse, made it horrible.
So,
No.
what did you guys think of this? I've seen it before. I watched it a few months ago. Loved it. So, I'm really interested to hear what you guys think.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was one of the best films of all time. I can't even lie.
Yeah, you did.
I thought it was fucking amazing.
It was great. I really had a blast with it. There's so much here that I thought was, you can see from other movies that come after it. But in like the inverse way for M, where it's like, I see where movies have taken from this and done something better. It's like, well, here's the blueprint, and it's already really great.
Mm.
So I can see a lot in other movies, like Psycho, something like that.
Mm.
Although I think Psycho was Psycho.
It's like 5 years after.
5 years. Yeah, so yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought that there's a certain expectation you go into a movie from the 50s with. I don't know I never expect anything to amaze me, but so many movies from that time often do. But it's it's the ones you probably expect, like a Psycho or a Diabolique or these types of movies. But I thought like just the palette of it and like the way that they're able to like tell the story with the shots, the shot composition, the mise en scène. I think it all looks terrific. So many shots burned into my mind. And I think a lot of what I was getting was definitely from the visual side of it. And maybe I did enjoy the story, but I thought mostly where it falls down for me is that I feel that the story is quite basic, but I think it runs with it and it does all these like great things with the cinematography and with the sound and with these really great performances that it elevates the story quite a bit.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I think like visually this film looks absolutely incredible. Like I agree with you saying about like shots like burned into your mind, like that shot of the woman under the water in the car is like insane shot. I remember the first time I saw that I was like fucking hell, and I've like never forgotten that shot.
Yeah, the one that gets me is because he sings a song throughout, he's like leaning, and it's the kids are in a barn like sleeping after they've run away from him, and it's his horse like silhouetted, and it's just slowly walking across as he sings that song, and I was like, that is the most haunting shit
against the horizon.
It was it was horrible. I honestly, I felt a bit sick. I was like, Jesus Christ, that's because you're like two little kids, you've just run away from the most abusive man of all time.
Who's killed your mother.
Literally.
You don't know it really, but you suspect or you feel like you know something.
He's just walking along slowly, singing the song, letting you know that he's there. Oh, mate, it fucks
he's
me
like
up.
death.
He is.
Because he doesn't really run towards them. He goes at a pace because he knows eventually he'll get to them.
He's like Michael Myers. He's like a 80s horror villain. He's crazy. It's insane. He's terrifying. Yeah,
he is really
Robert
scary.
Mitchum's performance, by the way, is one of the best.
It's incredible.
I know he had like a lot of problems like as an actor, like with alcohol abuse and stuff like that, but this performance is so incredible. It just shows you how good he was. It's insane.
Yeah, he does a great job of kind of adding like the charm he kind of has to have, where he like kind of entices and brings all these people in. He kind of has like a certain level of charm to him for it to be
like
believable.
A bogeyman sort of character.
Yeah.
He can charm the adults, but the kids see right through him.
Yeah, you fully understand why the adults like him. But as a kid, you can understand why you're on edge and you're just like, get the fuck away from me, you weirdo. Yeah, I thought I thought his performance was incredible. Like you said, the cinematography was amazing. It's similar to M as well, where it's got that that motif of the same song. Yeah. So like the serial killer in M whistles this tune. He sings this, I guess it's like an old church song, but it's anytime you hear that, it just sends a chill down your spine because you're like, fuck, this guy's here and he's going to kill someone.
I feel like it's saying something about like the church as well.
Yeah, I believe so. I think it's saying something about the church and like the idea of the nuclear family in that time period.
Yeah.
Where it's like the nuclear family was, well, if you don't have a mum, a dad and a daughter and a son, then you're scum. You're horrible. And it's
that's
like
the American value.
Exactly. And it's like the outreach to be like, oh, well, I need a husband. And you invite these horrible, horrible men into your life. And you don't even sort of do any background check. It's just like, well, that's my husband now.
Yeah.
And he's a fucking lunatic. He's a horrible prick. He beats the mum up before he kills her as well, doesn't he? Yeah, he's just, scumbag. But I just thought the music was incredible, the cinematography is incredible, the performances are amazing. Even the child performances I thought were, and child performances are bad anyways, but from the 50s, mostly 40s, they're always bad. These two kids were amazing.
Very, very good performances from them.
Yeah.
Very sympathetic. You could sense the terror. You could sense that they knew more than he thought they might know. It's a very hard line to toe, especially as a child, to communicate in a performance that fear and that like intelligence of sort of knowing that you're in a situation that you have to get out of, and the way they deal with it, the way their body language and like the fear in their eyes and the way they hold themselves. I thought it was all great. You feel like as the mum dies, all the responsibility of the family basically shifts on this little boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sad to see, and he just knows that he has to get him and his sister away.
Yeah.
His sister was a prick. She was a little goblin.
She was, to be fair, Harold's 3.
Yeah.
And she was just she trusted adults regardless.
Yeah.
And,
it's a shame.
But the son saw through that and he was like, no, don't trust that guy. We're getting out of here. And yeah, fair
play. You see a man that your mother trusted enough to marry, you go towards him.
And it's like when they're rowing down the river, she's giving it some as well. She's got her little war going.
She's loving it.
That's so
She
funny.
did not skip back day.
No. But yeah, man, what a film. Crazy that Charles Lawton only directed one film.
Yeah, I know.
Do you think he just thought, okay, I've peaked with this.
Yeah.
I'll never make anything better. I'm just quitting.
I think he had like a really horrible time working on it, like clashing with everyone, like clashing with the studio system and stuff. And I think after that, he was just like, no, I'm not doing that again.
So weird. You hear these stories about people getting just like absolutely mauled over these projects. Sometimes they turn out like this. Sometimes they're totally terrible. It's like, how do you... I don't know. You just can't predict what's going to be good, what's not going to be good.
No.
Out of that.
No, exactly.
It's amazing that he was able to pull it together.
Yeah. I feel like that's a lot of Francis Ford Coppola films. It's like he was just directing in chaos and it turned out to be one of the best films ever.
Yeah.
And he did it like 4 times in a row.
They stopped and just made shit.
Yeah. But no, like, honestly, this film, it's one of the best thrillers ever, in my opinion. It's. I was trying to think of sort of similar films, and do you know the one that came to mind was Cape Fear? Both the remake and the original, because Robert Mitchum is in the original. He's the Max Cady character in the original. And I was just thinking, like, this guy can play unhinged psychopath like nobody else. I keep going on about his performance, but it's honestly, it's just something you need to see. It's so good. It's it's so intense. It's so scary, but like you say, it's also, he turns the charm on when he needs to.
Yeah.
He walks this horrendous line of like, I'm a psychopath, but I'm also really charming, like a lot of psychopaths are. It's just, it's so good. It's so unbelievably good.
Yeah. I like thinking about the time in which it was made as well. To contrast M, where I don't really, I appreciate it for the time that it was in, but when I'm thinking about, and for the time it was in, not only was it like really great and innovative, it's just like a really good movie by today's standards anyway.
Yeah.
And you get that a lot with like the themes of, I guess, which I didn't really feel like they would go into, especially in like the 50s, but it felt like a very feminist movie to me about this guy who's like absolutely terrible. And to be like, well, she was doing fine on her own, looking after her children. And it sucks so hard that he had to kill her, and now her kids are on the run.
Yeah,
it's just think about how many husbands back in those days. There's no like forensic shit that we've got like today. Think how many people killed their wives. There's so many cases, I'm sure, were just like not even filed.
Yeah, no, definitely. And then the kids go off with that like other woman that like takes them in. Like she's just like a single woman, like with all these kids that she's kind of adopted.
Sick. Just as one woman looking after like 5 kids with a rifle, just sat out on the porch ready to shoot this guy in the face. She was awesome.
Yeah, I think it's because it sounds strange to say, but America wasn't very old at this point when this film came out. It's a relatively new country, and I feel like it's built on this sort of ideal of the nuclear family. And I think this film just tears it apart. And it's like, actually, okay, the nuclear family works in some cases, but it doesn't have to work.
Yeah.
You can't just have a single mum bring up children and they will turn out to be fine, decent human beings. And yeah, I mean, I just think it's so ahead of its time. It's saying things that like films of this era didn't say.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's definitely you said earlier about sort of statement on religion as well. I think there's definitely a lot of like that Robert Mitchum character kind of using like God almost as like a vessel to justify what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like he's always like talking about how this is like God's plan from him or something when he's like committing the most heinous acts.
You can justify a lot. You have that sort of motivation, I suppose.
Well, it goes back to Eddington. It's like, well,
take it away.
I'm religious. God told me to do this. God believes this, and you can grift. You can be a right-wing grifter.
We see these characters over and over again throughout history.
Exactly.
Doesn't have to be the Christian God. It's gone on for centuries.
Literally, and they've always been here, and they always will be here. And at the moment, they're winning.
We'll see. Who knows? Yeah, I like the all the shots of anytime there's like water, and I think a lot about Tarkovsky and how he shoots water, how much he loves water as a metaphor and as a means to express his views on life and like the flow of it. I think anytime they show water in Night of the Hunter, it's very intentional, but it is also shot like you can shoot water and it's like whatever, it's water. But in this, it's like it's this black and white palette. I feel like it uses the black and white to its advantage and not just a sign of the times that it was made in. It leans into it. And you get this so much with all these lovely shots of them going across the lake and all the water sort of churning up around the boat. They're moving away from their childhood and moving with the water through and growing up, being forced to grow up as the water takes them away to another life. And also that shot of her underwater in the car. I've never ever seen water shot that way.
No.
And it's the color palette, it just lends to it so well. It's absolutely amazing.
That's such a brilliant observation, where it's the trip down the river and it's like this water's just carrying these children away, and it's like they're growing up as they go down the river. I didn't even think about that at the time. That's really good. Yeah,
something I didn't really think or I thought was a bit of a flaw at the time was when they launch off in the boat, he very nearly gets them, but he steps into the water and he stops. And I'm thinking at that time, you're like a tall guy, you could just walk out and grab them. But I think that it was like using that river as a metaphor to be like, now they're on this journey, the water represents like the flow of time, and you cannot get them because they are in a sense, they're in the future to him. You can't grab what's not there anymore. And it's interesting that they're always on the water getting away from him. He's always on land. Whenever stuck
you see
in the past.
Exactly, whenever you see them, he's always on a horse following them on land. They're always in the water just fucking booking it. Do you know what I mean?
It's great stuff.
It's honestly
I love this movie.
It's an incredible film. It's so good.
Something I really love about it is how it shifts tone so much. Like one scene can be like this really whimsical sort of scene that you expect from like a wholesome drama from this time, like It's a Wonderful Life or something like that, and then it will follow up with like the most terrifying shit you've ever seen, and it's just like really groundbreaking ahead of its time horror stuff. And I've loved the way it manages to balance those two in like a way that it's kind of all over the place but still like quite cohesive and well put together at the same time.
Totally. Well, I love those shots of him in the bedroom. That bedroom set was incredible. The way they were able to light that, like the sort of triangular shape to it.
It was so trippy, and it's going back to Ari Aster. I feel like Hereditary took a lot of inspiration for their sets, where everything's so triangular and sort of the shadows and.
Well, Midsummer as well. They got that big yellow triangular building they burned down at the end.
I thought, set design was amazing.
He's on it. I loved those scenes of them talking in the bedroom. And just this idea of, a man taking a woman as property and sort of fighting against that. And then just disgusting stuff he's saying to her. He clearly doesn't even like her all that much. Just there to get this money.
Yeah.
It's horrible. He says after they get married, it's like the day they get married, and he's in the bed, and he says to her, "That body was for the beget of children, not for the lust of men." And then he refuses to like sleep with her. It's like, what a skeevy bastard this guy is.
Yeah.
Horrible.
But that's, yeah. And that's the thing. He's a grifter.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just grifted to the top. And thank God he doesn't get the money. And he dies. Spoiler alert. He
fucks
dies.
it. Mm.
And I've never been happier. But I was so stressed watching this. And I'd had a few drinks as well, to be fair. It was Portsmouth versus Southampton that day. So I'd been drinking since about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I was just so locked in. I was just like, fucking run, children, run. I was like screaming at the TV, and I was just so invested. I loved it. It was so good.
We watched Garth Marenghi's Dark Place a couple of weeks ago.
There's no need for this.
And Kai fell asleep for most of it.
Yeah.
Like I said to you, don't fall asleep in this one.
And what did I do?
You didn't fall asleep in Night of the Hunter.
No, I didn't, to be fair.
That was the only one you didn't, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think you fell asleep for M.
That was only like 10 minutes or so, don't I?
I think it was a
don't
bit
really know.
longer, but
I'm not sure.
It wasn't too bad.
no.
You didn't miss anything.
No.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Whereas Cure.
We'll get to
I
that.
was just KO'd. Had to rewatch it.
I think talking about Night of the Hunter has made me like it a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of being able to reason my own thoughts into like something more cohesive and realize that it did something more to me that I didn't realize at the time. Yeah.
I was very glad rewatching this at held up. After M, I was
You were,
like
shaking.
Yeah, I was like
shaking as you put that disc in.
I think all three of these movies I'd only seen once. So after
Yeah.
M, I was like, oh no, I fucked it. This is going to be awful. They're going to all be bad. But no, this was just as great as I remember it being.
What do you know? Yeah.
Yeah, mate, you've just dropped two absolute bangers. There was one, but two of them were absolute bangers.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Exactly.
No.
Just like Meatloaf said.
Did he say that?
That was one of his songs.
Oh.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. Talking about not bad. Let's get on not bad ratings. What are we rating it out of?
Knuckle tattoos.
Knuckle tats. Love over hate. Amen. It was good. I liked it a lot. Liked it more from the discussion that we've had about it. I think it's got some of the best shots in any movie ever.
Mhm.
Absolutely adored this thing. Gotta get that Blu-ray, man. It's really beautiful and harrowing as well. Just like scary stuff going on. This guy is nuts. Nuts performances all around. That woman who was just like that old woman who just put in her 2 cents after fucking anything that happened.
Yeah.
She was a freak. Didn't like her at all. Just like, this guy is a great guy. Fuck off, old woman.
Yeah, telling her to move on from her husband who literally like died the day before.
Why don't you just get over it? Yeah, terrible stuff from her. I'm going to give this one 9 knuckle tats out of 10.
Nice. Yeah, this is a new favourite of mine. Like, even though I only watched it a few months ago, I was like super excited to go back to it, and I could happily rewatch this movie at any point, I think. 10 knuckle tats out of 10.
What bloody hell, bruv?
Yeah. No, I'm the same. 10 knuckle tats out of 10. I fucking love this film. It was so good. It's, like I said earlier, it's one of the best thrillers ever. It's incredible, and you can just rewatch it whenever. It's that good.
Yeah. Agreed. Cheers.
Nice. I'm glad you enjoyed it so much. Now on to the final movie.
Yes.
We've got 1997's Cure, directed by Kiyoshi Kurosawa. No relation to the other Kurosawa.
Just a common name.
Yeah. So this movie is about a detective who is trying to catch a serial killer, and he doesn't know how it's happening because it looks like these are all unrelated murderers, or unrelated murders committed by different people. But he has a hunch that it's more than that.
Yeah, man.
Well, they've all got an X slit into their throat. So it's like, it looks like a serial killer, but it's done by different people who have no relation to each other.
Yeah.
Fucked, yeah.
And this is a fucking head fuck.
Yeah.
I still don't know what was going on. I don't know what I think about it.
So you watched it twice because you fell asleep?
I've seen it before as well.
Right, yeah. You watched it again, did you?
Yes, I watched it yesterday
Okay.
to
good.
prepare for this record.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I can't talk about it. I watched it almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to rewatch it. So I went home, I rewatched it yesterday. And man, this shit was fucking wild.
Yeah.
I was stressed. I don't know what was going on. There's just so much to talk about with this. I'll say the basics now. Performances,
Solid.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Cinematography, amazing. Sound design is on par with David Lynch.
Mm.
The sound design in this film
Yeah,
plays
it's so
such a big
atmospheric.
part.
Yeah.
And it also plays such a huge part in this weird, mysterious strangers thing in how he gets people to do what they do. With the dripping water, the sound of the lighter, the sound of his tumble dryer in his apartment.
Yeah.
It's the sound design is so good. What
it
else?
has you guessing, is this sound design or is it score? A lot of the
Exactly.
time. Like, what I don't know, what's diegetic, what's not.
It's also like, do I need to listen and pay attention to this sound, or is this just an innocuous sound? It's like it's got you paying attention to literally every little thing.
Yeah.
It's reflecting what's going on inside the character's head, I think, the main character.
Yeah. It's yeah. I'll let you guys start the discussion because I don't even know where to start with this.
Yeah.
I don't know either. I think it's a movie that I really wanted to watch for a very long time. Never got round to it. I am a sucker for these detective movies where you follow the detective. Crucially, it's got to be a good performance. This guy fucking does it.
Mm-hmm.
And something horribly wrong has got to be just going through their brain at all time. They've got to have something off about them. But I love a detective thriller. And this, I didn't actually know that this was a detective thriller, but I was so glad to see that it was. I was like, well, I already know that I'm going to like this off the bat. For a lot of it, I didn't really know what was going on. And when I got out of it, I felt like I still sort of didn't really understand everything that went on. But I think that's going to reward a rewatch. I'm currently in a bidding war on eBay for the 4K of this.
Nice.
So we'll see what comes of that. Otherwise, I think I might just have to pay full price for it. But it was so good. I think it gets in your head. And with the sound design, I think I agree so much because there's so much going on that the character doesn't understand, and it puts you in this weird, anxious mindset because you don't understand what's going on. It tackles like, is this a dream or is this reality a lot? I really like that motif. They play with sort of what the character's seeing and what's real and what's not real, or does it matter what's real? Or does it matter what's not real? Because it all blends into his experience at the end of the day. And I think what we are seeing and what we are supposed to be intuiting is his experience far away from what's actually happening, because they don't really give us any solid answers.
No, I think that's something I really love about it. Like both times I've watched it, I have very much been a little bit like, what just happened? But I feel like that's kind of like the point, because you are in the mind of this detective and he doesn't have the answers. It's very sure it's this guy, kind of thinks it might have to do with hypnosis. That's kind of all he really knows.
Yeah.
And I feel like by the end of the movie, that's still all you as the audience know as well.
Yeah.
And that's something I really like about it.
I was pissed off at the end of this, man. But it was like one of those where it's like, it's so intent on not giving you what you want that I respect it madly. Yeah. And as it ended, I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake. But it's one of those where you go, like, I'm dissatisfied, but in a satisfied way.
Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of thinking about this film in the last 24 hours. It's literally all I was thinking about today at work. I was trying to piece together this mystery, and I still don't fully know what was happening. So this guy, this mysterious stranger who seems to be able to make people kill other people on a whim and then not remember it. I want to know what the link is between him and the detective's wife.
Yeah.
Because the film opens with the detective's wife in sort of like a mental hospital.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's the PC term for it. I don't know.
Who knows?
But she is reading the book Bluebeard,
Yes.
and during that, she makes the table vibrate.
Mm.
And she's clearly on some like psychological level the same as this guy who is like influencing people to kill themselves. And this detective is just at the end of his tether. He can't look after his wife anymore because she's lost it completely. She gets lost on the way home. She gets lost on the way to her therapist. She doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know what day of the week it is. She's lost it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think seeing someone who also doesn't remember anything and is sort of influencing people to kill other people and then making them forget is stressing him out, because he's like, what the fuck is going on here? As a detective as well, I feel like you need to be like, factually, I know this has happened, this has happened, this has happened. You can't stick any of these murders on this guy.
Yeah.
You can't. He's not a suspect, really, because it's like, well, they all spoke with him, but he didn't make anyone kill anyone, like, that we know for a fact.
Mm.
And so I've gone off on a tangent there, but going back to my point, the end scene in the diner when he's sat there eating whatever it is he's eating, and the waitress comes up to him
at that point.
So the waitress comes up to him at that point, and she's like, "Do you want your coffee now?"
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "Yeah." She goes off to make the coffee, and we follow the waitress. And this woman comes in that looks exactly like his wife, whispers in her ear. She goes over, picks up a butcher's knife, and the film just ends.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what is the link between the guy that's influencing people to kill each other and his wife?
I really don't know.
That's what I mean. There's
again.
so many mysteries in this fucking film, man.
That's what I love about it. I like that it doesn't give you the answers. I think that that's what it's trying to tell you, is that we can't know. I just love the lengths that it goes to examine how, and I think it's a lot about control, how we cannot be in control. We will only end up like lost in that pursuit. So I think that a lot of it is just like trying to go with the flow of it and not trying to bog ourselves down with what we think we might be able to intuit from like our own experiences as humans. I was thinking a lot about, to bring him up again, Tarkovsky, and what you said about the vibrating table. I think he had a lot of intuition with like the human experience, and like there's a scene in Stalker where a child makes like an object levitate off a table. I think that's to do with this as well. I think there's like parallels there. I'm somebody who more and more, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I do sort of believe in magic, and I think that's like part of our ability to not understand things. I don't think we're supposed to understand everything that goes on, and that's what this detective, I feel, is getting wrong. And I think he does get things wrong a lot. It's just like he's trying to do his job. He's trying to make this like a procedural thing. Mm-hmm. We think we're watching a procedural detective drama, horror movie, thriller, whatever you want to call it. But there's no procedure that can be followed for this, because in the world of like magic, there's no sense that can be made from it. No. So you do have to just sort of go with the flow. Yeah,
exactly that. It's he's trying to put logic into something that's illogical, and it's like, how do you even figure out what this guy is doing? Because this is the other thing. How does he not get under the detective's skin? He seems to be the only person that can sort of combat his mind infiltration, because he seems to always ask, tell me about yourself, and that's how he gets them.
Yeah.
And the detective, although he does speak about himself, it's very vague. He's like, I'm a detective, I've got a wife, that's it, that's all he says. And
that was too much. You shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. And I say he doesn't get under his skin. I think he does.
He really does, actually.
Because he loses his mind, doesn't he? He's kicking shit, he's fuming, he wants to beat him up, upset, clearly. Yeah. But also, after that scene where he goes to the sort of mental institution to meet with him, and they have that it's a one-take scene, have the big discussion about, you saw your wife kill herself, didn't you? And he's like, how did you know that? and it's like a back and forth. He gets home that evening and his wife has cooked him like a raw steak. She's not cooked. There's just a steak on the plate because she's obviously lost her mind.
Mm.
He lobs it at the wall and they keep having this back and forth, turning the tumble dryer off. For some reason, she needs to sleep with the tumble dryer on because it's like a constant sound, which is what he does to infiltrate people's minds. And there's a really quick cut to the detective picking up a knife, and then it goes into this weird sort of dreamy sequence where him and his wife are on a bus and it's just clouds around them, and he takes her to like a mental hospital. And in my head I was like, okay, well, everything after this is a dream. He's killed his wife.
Oh, could be,
because nothing after that makes sense.
No,
because he goes to that building, the dilapidated building where he meets him. It's like everyone who inevitably wants to find themselves comes here, and he just shoots him.
Yeah,
this doesn't make sense. It's a dilapidated building in the middle of nowhere. How did you get there? How did you find it? How did you know he was going to be there?
it was a real Madame Web.
Man, I honestly, this film fucked me up. I've been thinking about it so much. I've got no answers for any of my questions. It's crazy.
I feel like that's kind of what makes it so unnerving and uneasy, is that you have all these questions that don't get answered, but the film's like so well made that that's kind of like the point, and you kind of like don't hate it for doing that. Like, I feel like you get some films that you have loads and loads of questions and that like works completely against it, but this isn't one of those.
No.
You got to know what level you're on. You said before you've had a sleep that this movie was operating on a different level, and then you like shut your eyes and left us.
I think Max was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And you were just snoring straight away.
I just had
it was like 5 minutes
in.
in.
That knowledge, you know?
You were on it. It's true, it is, I think. I wrote down a couple of lines from here, but it's really weird. I think it's more towards the beginning where he says, I think there's a guy who's like, he suspects, he's like, I don't remember anything. You do. Like, well, we're getting these like pieces fed to us throughout the movie. I don't really know what they mean, but I feel like it's, does he? I don't think he...
No, he
doesn't know what's going on, but he definitely remembers more than maybe he lets on.
So he knows, in that scene, if it's the one I'm thinking of, he knows he's killed his wife, but it's like he can't fathom why he killed his wife. Yeah. He doesn't understand what led him to do that, because by all intents and purposes, they were in a happy marriage, and it's like something happened, infiltrated his head. He killed his wife, and he wants to kill himself afterwards. He runs into a wall, and the detective just can't understand. He's like, what is going on? We've got 3 cases in the last month where people have killed someone, done the same X on their neck, and none of them know why.
Yeah.
And they never explain why. And you're sat there thinking like the detective, I mean, if it is real and the detective found that guy in that house and shot him, I get it. I would have shot him as well. So I'm like, you're a freak, you're a witch, you've got something wrong with you, and you can influence people to kill themselves and kill others, so I'm going to kill you. I get it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm tripping out even thinking about it.
It's that kind of movie.
Yeah, definitely the second one. I really like all the locations they go to. It feels, and I love the way that they shoot it. It's all like it looks very modern, but they're going to like these like rotten places.
Yeah,
where you should not be. I think it's a very dirty, gritty movie.
Yeah, well, that apartment where the quote unquote killer stays is disgusting.
Yeah,
there's like a monkey in a cage alongside a load of chickens.
What the fuck?
And
1 point off for the monkey, just chaining a monkey up in the cage.
And it was just creepy, man. And I see you've just googled mesmer.
Yeah,
and this is a big thing.
It's a big thing.
I had to Google mesmer afterwards.
Yeah,
I'll let you speak on that, because I still don't fully understand what mesmer has to do with anything.
Therapeutic use of hypnotism or hypnotic suggestion. So we were talking about how there was that hypnosis element to the movie, and how what's real, what's not real, does it matter? I think they're using what did they say for mesmer? What's that about? Like, it was something?
Yeah, it was like you say, like a and he had read all these books on Mesmer at psychology class.
Or whatever,
yeah. But he'd read some more sort of fucked shit, and that one of the detectives gets like a videotape from the university, where it's like from the 1860s, and this sort of I guess what do you call it?
Hypnosis?
Yes, a hypnotist.
Yeah,
does an X in the air.
Yeah,
just like the killer does, or the people who kill do on their neck.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, like how much can you attribute to one man just being a megalomaniac and an incredible hypnotist? It's like, do you truly believe that? Or is that what you want to believe because you just want these killings to end?
Friend Anton Mesmer, he was an Austrian physician. So I'm just on Google. It says the term applied originally to Mesmer's theory of animal magnetism, that the animals exerted an invisible natural force that could have physical effects, including healing.
So
he had all these animals chained up in the cages.
Yeah.
And also he says, in one scene, he says, when he's talking to the nurse, I think, in the hospital, and he says, see, the thing about me is that all my outside stuff is on my inside now, and everyone can see that. And it's like, throughout the film, he keeps asking, who are you? And people are like, I'm so-and-so. And he goes, no, who are you? Like, trying to get them to like identify who they are as a person. And I think that's why he likes the detective so much, because it's like the detective knows who he is. He knows he's a piece of shit, and it's like he's getting off on like winding him up.
Yeah.
And oh man, it's so good. I feel like I'm very scatterbrained about this film, but it is a very scatterbrained film. And I don't have the answers. I've just got a lot of questions.
It's hard to have too many cohesive thoughts about it running through my brain at the moment. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would love to watch it again. Why do you think it's called Cure? Do we think that ties into the healing element of Mesmer?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Do we think that maybe there's an element to this main character of perhaps trying to use something to do with Mesmer to heal the fracture of having killed his wife, if that's indeed what happened? Yeah,
I mean, the way I took it was that he wants to cure his wife. That's made clear from the very first scene that you see her, or them together, sorry. He wants to cure her, and it's like, he can't.
No.
And he loses his head completely. And like I said, there's that really quick cut to that kitchen knife. And then it goes into this weird dream state. And I'm like, was the cure him just succumbing to this guy's suggestion? And he killed his wife and he doesn't remember it. And he's now imagining all of this. And he kills this guy because in his subconscious, he's like, you got me to kill my wife. Yeah. You put that in my head.
Here we come back to this blaming element of like control.
Yeah,
as well.
Exactly. Yeah. It's, oh man. The more we, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. Yeah. I've spoiled it. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I'm going to up that to a 5 because the more we talk about it, the more that this film is just under my skin, and I won't stop thinking about this for weeks.
No, I loved it. It was honestly amazing. I know you were asleep, but at that time, I think it was like for the last, 20 minutes or something, just in my head, in my hand, it was like, I was aghast.
Yeah.
The stuff that happens in this movie is fucking insane.
Yeah.
The third act was unbelievable. I had no idea what was going on, but I knew that it was like horrible.
Yeah.
The scene of him walking in on his wife just hanging there.
Yes.
God.
Yeah, I remember your reaction when I cut back to like the reality where that didn't actually happen. You would just like shouted "fucking hell!"
Yeah, it got so hard under my skin, man. It was absolutely insane.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like you say, with that scene where he walks in on his wife hanging herself. It's like he's in his head.
Yeah.
This guy's in his head. As much as he doesn't want to admit it. He's in his head, and he's planting things there because he even says, "You saw your wife kill herself, didn't you?"
Yeah,
and
he
it's
knows
like,
it.
You sick fuck.
He knows what he's doing.
You know what you're doing. It's just insane, man. And I don't know that. I guess antagonist we can call him because we don't even know his name really.
No.
He is so stressful because he never gives a straight answer. You never know what he's thinking. He's so intense. It's horrible. It's horrible.
I think the detective is like a guy who's also, he's one of those guys where it's like, you know, I go through life. I'm a lone wolf. My wife could never understand what I go through. And I think that hurts him a lot in the end as well. His inability to rely on people and to only see himself as the protagonist, the only person who can get this done. That's where he loses a lot of maybe where he could be able to solve this case. But it just unravels him instead.
But thing is, my counter argument to that, not to play devil's advocate, but so his partner throughout the whole thing is like a forensic scientist, I guess. And he pulls up all this stuff on hypnotism, and he goes around to his apartment one night. They're sat there, they're watching this videotape on hypnotism, and all of a sudden his partner opens his bedroom door. There's a big X on the wall, and the detective goes to him, "What's going on there?" He goes, "Oh, I don't know. I put it up there just to make me think." He starts scratching it out, and he's like in tears. And he went, "You met him, didn't you?" And he goes, "I can't remember." And it just cuts from that. Next thing you know, the next scene, that guy's killed himself.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And it's just like, who can he rely on when everyone that encounters this guy kills himself or dies in a horrific way? It's like, it feels like it wants to be his last case, but it's a case he'll never solve. And they talk about, he goes to his wife, we'll go on a trip. When work settles down, we'll go on a trip. We'll go somewhere. Work's never going to settle down because he'll never be able to get this guy out of his head because everyone he encounters dies.
Man.
And his wife is linked. I'm sure of it. His wife is linked. There's too much coincidence there, especially the fact that she shows up in the last scene, or what looks like her shows up in the last scene and whispers to that waitress, and the waitress picks up the knife. It's like, I don't know, they're linked in some way. I don't know why, but they are.
Fucking Christ! I love this movie so much.
Yeah, it's so good.
I love watching these sorts of movies. It's like I love these characters, but I would never want to be these characters. I would never want to like have to go through. I'm like, oh man. There's so many times where I'm like, oh man. Imagine you're like a detective with just this case that you just had to solve. You had to be the guy to solve it. God, that would be awesome. And I think about it for like 2 seconds. I'm like, no, it would be horrible. It would destroy your life. It would destroy everything about your life. This would be all you thought about. You'd never be able to switch off. You'd ruin all your relationships. You'd be a shell of a human being. Yeah. And that's exactly what he ends up being.
That's so spot on, because that is what he is in the film.
Yeah.
And you don't even need to see the cases that came before. No. You get that from the very first scene you see him when that guy kills the prostitute, because you're like, he's seen this all before. This detective knows, he's so jaded to it all. He's seen it all before, and he's just like, fuck, here we go. It's another one.
Yeah.
Can I also just say, that first scene where that guy kills the prostitute is so more sort of horrendous than anything I saw in Terrifier 2. Because Terrifier 2 is just so in your face. It's like violence. This was just like, you see a man club someone with a pipe.
Yeah.
And then you see a load of blood off of a shower curtain. I was like, that's way more effective.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
So we're alluding to a little bit about what's going to happen in the next episode of this podcast. But I was thinking about what I didn't understand about the movie, and if indeed I thought that I found it to be particularly scary or like a horror movie. But I think about, I don't even think it took all that much time, but I think there's something more horrific about being more subtle with what you're able to show of violence, and not to overdo it. There's something more terrifying about showing perhaps the aftermath of what has happened, showing maybe a shadow on the wall, or just implying brutality that makes it so much more terrifying than what you're going to get in like a Terrifier 2, in like a slasher movie. I think it's just something that these directors understand about fear, and the ability to show you something that scares you is a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
But I was fucking terrified in this movie.
And you're right about it being like quite subtle in how they do it. Like there's a lot of scenes and sequences where feel like in any other movie, it would just be very mundane, like nothing really going on. But the way they use it in this to like create atmosphere is just like really, really effective and terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so great. So great. I don't have all that much to say anymore. At least not without like a rewatch. I do really want to watch it again, but you've sold me on it. I think it's really great.
I'm going to watch all the special features. Got
it done.
I've imported the Criterion, so I'm going to rewatch.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to rewatch it, watch all the special features. Hopefully, I'll have some answers, but I doubt I will.
I don't. Yeah, it's one of those where I'm like, I don't want it to give me the answers. I just sort of want to percolate on it. I appreciate watching a movie or reading a book or like listening to a piece of music where it doesn't tell you exactly what it's about, but the great thing about understanding it is in the interpretation. You can only attribute what you can to it. I don't want to be told what's going to happen. I don't want to be told literally what's happening. I would rather just interpret for myself, and that's a way more valuable experience. And it makes it into something that maybe was not intended, but that's like the beauty of why we watch movies.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Put that beautifully, mate.
Shall we rate it then?
Yeah.
We're going to rate it out of monkeys? Chained monkeys.
Sure.
We rate this one out of caged monkeys. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I've seen this once, but you guys have seen it a couple of times. I think with another watch, I'll probably solidify my thoughts on it. That monkey did get me, though. I'm not going to lie. But there was some parts of it where I thought maybe it could have been tighter in the pacing, but I don't know if that's just because we watched these in a marathon format.
Yeah.
I'd already taken a load off with fucking M. Night of the Hunter, you go off of those and you're like, fuck me, man. Just like, we're getting on a bit. We're getting on to the night. But
it started quite late as well.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't take away from how impressive I thought the movie was, how like visually astounding it looked, how beautifully done like the cinematography was, and the writing and the performances. I just thought it would all congealed really, really well. And I gotta win that bidding war, man. I want that 4K. I want it bad. I'm gonna give Cure 9 caged monkeys out of 10. Rest in peace, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this movie. Really glad I watched it again with you guys. I think it's just fucking terrifying, to be honest. 10 caged monkeys out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going... I wasn't going to do this, but now I am. After speaking about it, I am. Because it's such a good fucking film. I'm going 10 caged monkeys out of 10. Fuck it. You've picked 2 of the best films I've ever seen in my life for your marathon, and I really appreciate you for that, Chris.
It was a rough start, but we got there in the end.
Exactly.
Not a bad one at all. Not quite Morbius, but they can't all be
That's
great.
always going to hold a special place in our hearts.
Yeah, sure.
Especially Craven.
A special place in our farts, more like.
Boom. Let's go. Next episode, we're going to diverge from the marathon format. That's this early on into the reboot. That's right. Season 3, we're taking a divergence. We're all watching a lot of movies this month and next month for October. There's like this guy on the app Letterboxd called Cinemonster who does an annual horror movie challenge where you got to watch 31 horror movies in 31 days. It's called Hooptober. I think we could probably link the list in the description if anybody feels like going along with us and just having this journey with us. It's like a lot of options for like movies that you can pick. A lot of horror movies. They got to fall under like different categories. So we've already started. What we're gonna do, I think we did this on my podcast last year, Chris, is we're going to review 31 movies in an episode. Technically, they're going to be a lot more than 31 movies because we've all got different lists. We're all watching different movies, but some of them are the same. We're going to do a marathon next month. Just try to reel some of those off. But yes, we've got a lot of movies to watch. So if you want to be in on that, then check out the list. And if you're insane like us, then watch 31 horror movies in 31 days. Cure was the first one on my list. So I've already got that.
Nice.
That was in the bag. yeah, I guess that's going to be episode 148. Any last words to see us through to the end of the episode, lads? Have a cure-tastic evening.
I quit.
Have a cure-tastic Wait, what?
What the hell?